Good day. Welcome to Yoga with Bliss. We include a little lifestyle coaching with our yoga. Just because life is integrated, we also start with a little warm up because the body is integrated. So we warm muscles, circulate that synovial fluid in the joints, warm those tendons. So when we begin our actual yoga asanas and practice, the body's prepared for it. So I have just a little beat for us for our warm up. I know the focus went in and out, but once I get here, it should stay. Take a moment, breathe, feel a shoulder roll, shoulder blades up, back, and down. Now let's start at the bottom. Weight evenly on your feet, insides, outsides, front, back. Long legs, but unlocked. Pelvic tilt. Sternum lifted. Chin tucked. So here's the concept. Back it up. When you go to do something in yoga or in life, and you find, I'm just not doing it, back it up. What are the small steps beforehand? Let's take a moment and enjoy shoulder rolls right here. So for example, you've been meaning to get to yoga. I really want to do yoga more often. And you're just not doing it. Don't beat yourself up. Back it up. All right, so let me try to just find my mat set up. Where am I going to put it? How about a whole arm circle? I'm going very slowly because my shoulders need a nice, mellow warm up. You do what's right for you. And here's 4. And then the next thing I would do, take a moment, back to shoulders, is I try to look at my life. Am I going to do this in the morning, in the afternoon, or evening? Statistically, morning gets it done more. Where in my morning? How? Take a moment. Let's take your feet wider and swoop. Honest to goodness, I've been working on this. I've been about 2 weeks trying to find just the right time in my morning. I still don't do my practice then. I've just selected the time, got my mat out. I've got my cozy sweats on, which is what I do for my yoga. How about up? Choose how high. Really therapeutic movements for your shoulders. You might start really small if they have an issue. Gradually choose how big. So you've got a time in your day, you've got a mat, you've got a cozy outfit. I'm going to take my arms out front again. These are all the small steps. Any one of those small steps could have been your obstacle. Now stay tall, but let your arm reach down. Do you feel how that stretches on the side of your neck? Trapezius. I kind of lean my head away as my trap stretches out. Ooh, I want to go lower, but I'm still up tall. All righty, flat back. Go ahead and lean. Here and there, beautiful. These little subtle sways, they do warm the whole body. Can't you feel? Oh, your form is beautiful. Your buns are involved, your thighs. Push off. Look at my feet. See those little push off? That includes even the muscles in my toes. Right there. Now, come on up tall. And here we are. Out front. Yes. And I'm letting my whole body rotate now. See how my shoulders are rotating? Feel it in your spine. Lubricate those revolving muscles, obliques, transverse. Now lower your arms and let them just relax. I will often, I just went a little lower. Where do you want to be? Higher or lower with your legs? The willow tree. How about right here? Now we're using the shoulders when we take the arms up. Now choose how high. It's a back rotation and a shoulder using Oh, let's relax and trace a smile here. Adjust the width of your legs, body tall. How about a rainbow right here? So I'll just say at the beginning of practice under, excuse the frog that has decided to reside in my throat here and underneath. Now back it up. Can't you picture? Once you've got the time, the place, the clothes, you might even then just watch a yoga YouTube while you have a cup of tea or coffee or cocoa underneath here. One last time over right here. Can't you see? You've overcome so many obstacles. Bring your feet in a little. Heel touch, shoulder blade squeeze, squeeze. Now you're all set up. All you have to do is take one last step, which is your intended goal to practice. It might take you one day to put it all together. You might even practice that day. You might be like me. It's taking me weeks to find just the right morning routine that this fits into. And now, check your pelvic girdle. That's what I do whenever I put my hands here. Is it level? Now I've got a little inner thigh squeeze right there. Body's tall. Sternum lifted. Can't you feel that engages your abdominal core? And choose your arms as high as is good for you. Take it down right here. Now my arms bend in a circle when they are up high. Some people's arms might be right straight and come much closer. You do your arms your way. And one last up. So that's a concept. Now we've just stood tall. Pretend you have a jump rope in your hand. Smack that jump rope on the ground beside you. How's it feel on your knees? If it bugs your knees, give yourself a little distance so you don't tip your knees sideways. If you liked the little sideways, then do it. So have you customized? Smack that jump rope right down. Yes, I realize another metaphor for this move could be sweep one side and the other, but that's work. So I like the jump rope. Do you have a nice flat back? Oh, come on, shoulder rolls. Let go of that rope. Pick up your shoulder blades. Now think of the back of your thighs. Those are your hamstrings. Let's lift your heel behind you. Keep your knees down, and that stretches out your quads also here. That's me relaxing my neck. I'm not saying no. Do you ever watch The Vicar of Dibley? Jim, the character on Vicar of Dibley, goes, no, all the time. In our house, Ken and I keep doing that since we've been watching the show. 4, 3, 2, oh, beautiful. Let's just stand tall in a mountain. Feel your breath and just know your body is a good body. Come on wide. Give it a little turn. And we put weight on the front, the back. There you go. Now you've got your bottom half where you want it, wider, narrower. How about your top? Are you liking where I am way up tall? Do you want to come way down low? I don't know. When you come up, pelvic tilt. No back bend. Right here. Oh, so nice. This is another one of those moves that kind of does everything. This is one of the moves when I go into another teacher's practice and I want to warm up differently than they may. I just go in the back corner of the room before class starts and do smiles and rainbows and this to last. Because they just warm up so well. First I check my wide mountain or tall goddess. Then I turn, pelvic tilt, reiterate it, keep it here. Pelvic tilt, when you come up. And there. at your body pace or with the music. When I watch these replay on YouTube, I'm much less in beat with the music than I am here in my living room. Or maybe not. You do your body pace, music pace, one of those times where it's yogi's choice here. Did you go low or high? What was right for you? And one last time, and when you're ready, color up with your little shoulder rolls. When you do the shoulder rolls, your sternum lifts. Can you feel your abs engage? How about arm? Choose it. Make it right for you. Might be small. Your arm circle could be down here if you have two frozen shoulders. Maybe it's here with bent arms or high. Yours. Yes. Beautiful. Now take a moment, center yourself wide, pelvic tilt, sternum. I'm going to stay tall, but cave in. Open up, round, and arch. So it's like a standing cat-cow. Here. How about two each way? Round and stretch. Arch and stretch. Now, arching might not be right for you, so maybe it's just a perfectly tall your way. Forward, release, up tall, your way. One last right here. Release, last one, and up. Beautiful. Take these nice wide legs. Reiterate your flat back. Breathe. And just tip your chest down with a flat back. I'll show you a side view. Is it good for you to stop right here? That'll be fine. Is it good for you to stop right here? That's okay. Where is your flat back? Breathing. And then a wide leg, round it over and let your arms hang down. Do they stop at a step stool? At a tall block? This isn't a great huge stretch. This is just a gentle round it over. Bent legs, wide leg, rough forward fold. Now when you are here, let's think about these bent legs. Wherever you are, up on the chair seat, let your legs come a little more straight, but don't lock. A little bend. A little more straight, but don't lock. A little bend. There you are. And here. So I'll say a little less bent. That might be better neurolinguistics. More bent. You go at your pace. You bend over as low as you choose. Don't follow me. You're bent over. You're not even looking at me. Your bend, your pace, and your level of squat or bent knees and your level of up tall and long legs. Whenever you're ready, find a medium bent legs and up a little higher than your best depth or lowest depth. And let's round up like a cat on a fence. Tuck your tailbone, drop your head. Here's our sway back horse. Or cow. Let those udders hang down. Stick up that tailbone and release the neck up to neutral. No big bend in that neck. Round it over for the standing cat. And the standing cow. Now my knee bends a little more on the standing cow and sometimes a little less on the standing cat. Please do what you choose. Let's add breath. Exhale on the cat. Inhale on the cow. Now remember I said back it up, don't beat yourself up. If, for example, you have knee issues and you cannot kneel, you just do standing tables and standing cat-cows. So when you're ever in practice and you need to back it up and do something else, yogi's choice, this is an option. for pampering the knees with no weight on them for a table and a cat-cow. Let's bring the feet right under for the standing table with closer legs and the cat-cow. So we had wide legs, and now we've got feet right under your hips. Well, look how nicely. Let's come up into a cat on a fence. Feel how it rounded your back. Let go and round over. And there we are in the most lovely forward fold. Are you on the seat of a chair? On a high block, on a low block, on your fingertips? Relax your neck. That's not me saying no, 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 no. That's me saying oh, and relaxing my neck. That's what made me think of Jim from Dibley, was the head shaking that looked like no. Bend your knees. Now you choose. Are you tucking your tailbone and rolling up vertebrae at a time, or are you lifting your chest and coming up with a flat back? Shoulder rolls. Very nice. Let's practice this concept of back it up, don't beat it up, by playing with Warrior 3. So I'll be giving you a side view, and truthfully, sometimes it's going to look like I can do things beautifully, really holding on to the wall. My balance is not good enough to fly my Warrior 3, but yours might be. Here we are. So everybody who's in practice today has been here before. You know your Warrior 3. You do yours your way. I'm going to just fly a Warrior 3 as if I could do the whole thing with no trouble. So I would step forward on my railroad tracks, put my weight on the front leg. I would maybe have a balance route, maybe not. And I would choose my arms out front, and I might fly my Warrior 3 all the way. Oh, I think I'll flex that back foot. So here's a full Warrior 3, both arms out, one leg out, flat back, leaned, flying in the middle of the room. Bring yourself together. But what if that's not available to you? We're going to do the other side. You do your Warrior 3 your way, and I'm going to lead you through on the other side. Back it up. Don't beat yourself up if the full Warrior 3 is not available. You're on your railroad tracks. That's where my feet are, on 2 railroad tracks. I step forward onto one track, and I have my balance route on the other track. If my shoulders were bothering me, I might leave my hands back as I lean my upper body, leaving my foot for a balance route. If my shoulders were good, I might take my arms out and lean down. But maybe I would want to hold on when I lean down so that I could lift my leg. Do you see how? Back it up and look at the steps. You could lift the bottom half. You could lift the top half. You could have a balance route. You could have something to hold on to. You could do it right in the middle of the room with a little less lean. Your Warrior 3 your way, because you backed it up and you chose what was right for you, one step at a time. Pull it together, shoulder rolls. Or keep going with your Warrior 3 till you feel even on both sides. So nice. I'm going to play with the Warrior 2. Now, when I go online and I watch various yoga videos, or when I'm in practice with other teachers, it is frequently said to step out, step back, and bring your thigh parallel to the ground. Well, if that's not available to you, don't beat yourself up. Back it up and say, feel into it. That's proprioception. What's right for me? How wide should I be? Do I want a real wide stance? Do I want a less wide stance? Open your shoulders out as nearly in line with those railroad tracks as you can, as nearly in line with your mat as you can. Gaze over this front hand. Feel the back where it should be. Pelvic tilt. Protect your low back. Beautiful. Now, intend a little further. I don't know if you can see my front foot. I just crawled it out a smidgen and tried a little more bend in my knee. It felt okay. If I didn't like it, I would just back it up again. So you perceive what you need and make a choice. Well, let's take this into a radiant warrior. Pelvic tilt is the first thing. Your seat, your pelvis, is the core of the pose. Open the ribs, not a back bend in the low back. Opening up the upper back. Now, I was looking at my hand. It made a crick in my neck. So I'm going to look at the elbow, eye of the elbow. My neck felt better. How's yours? Is this shoulder back? Your best. I'm nosy. I have to see. You guys' form looks fabulous. Really nice. Back to your warrior two. Feel it, be with it. Proprioception, choose. Beautiful. And to come out of my warrior two, I'm going to pull myself together and come up with a shoulder roll. I know, shoulder rolls are not part of yoga, but I didn't start doing yoga till I was in my 60s, so I had to bring myself to it, and I've been doing shoulder rolls since the 80s. Take your time and find yourself in your mountain. In your mind's eye, you see your railroad tracks running. They run the length of your mat. Step out onto one railroad track. Do you want your back foot on the same railroad track, or do you put it on the other? Your choice. Breathing. How low do you go? Or maybe you pull it in a little and have less bend. Make it just right. But once you're there, did you back it up and make a choice, yogi's choice? Once you're there, see, will your body let you do a little wider stance, a little more bend in that front knee? I don't know. That is how we both respect and improve. You back it up and find what's right for you, and then you intend a little further. Shoulder, back shoulder, is it back? You guys look fabulous to me. Now, the front hand, palm up. The back arm, graze the thigh, reiterate your pelvic tilt, eye of the elbow gaze, and looking on up. That's funny, it's my shoulder that has the limiting factor, but I have to shorten my stance in order to respect my shoulder. Breathing. Wherever is your limiting factor, put your mind there, respect it, and intend to find your best expression of the pose that respects your body's needs. Well, isn't that a life lesson? Breathing and coming on back. Very nice. Feel your warrior two just right. Express your best pose. And then we're going to pull it together right here with a forward fold. And just feel the back relax. The body breathe. Your forward fold your way. How shall you arise? Pelvic tilt and one vertebrae at a time, or sit it down, flat back, arise. They're just different. Feel it, experiment with it, decide what's best. I used to only be able to do the flat back arise. That was at the time when I had ruptured 2 discs in my low back, and for like years after that, I could only flat back. And somehow, by intending to try other things, now both are available to me. Now there's a lesson there. Take a moment, find your mountain. And I just want to speak about sometimes as we age, it feels like the body, wait a minute, up, back, and down, roll those shoulders shoulders, long neck, relaxed neck. Feel the breath in and out through the diaphragm. Balance, breathing. Sometimes it can feel as the decades pass like the body is betraying you. And I want to point out that with care, persistence, gentleness, and intending further, we have no idea what abilities we may be able to get back, even if they seem like that we're going to be lost forever. Oh, how about break this with a little shoulder roll? I thought I'd never be able to come up rolling it up a vertebrae at a time. And lo and behold, I could. You don't want to hear the list of things that the doctors told me I should never be able to do again. Respect. Intend a little further and just see what your body will give you. So we're going to do a customized sun salutation A. I'm lining up on my mat. When you do your down dog, do you want to be on a kitchen counter? Do you want to be on the arm of a couch or the seat of a chair? Or is your down dog on a block or the mat? Find what you need for your hands when you do your down dog and your plank. We do not do the chaturanga. We have customized it right out of here. Breathing. Just for shoulder pampering. If you love the chaturanga and you're doing this on YouTube, go ahead and pop your chaturanga right in there. Breath, being centered. We begin with a salute. Your arms come straight up. Do they go wide? Are they out front? Are they right up? Straight on the sides. Intend as near in line as your body will, and intend as up tall as your body will. Be with that salute a few breaths. Forward fold with care to your seat of a chair, or high block or low. Relax the neck. Maybe your forward fold is at fingertips or palms. Your forward fold your way. We're going to hang here for a bit. Exhale. Now, if you have roundness and softness in the front of your body, I'll show you a diagonal. Step a little wider so your belly has some place to exist as it folds over. If your thighs also are substantial, give yourself a little more room. It's your forward fold, your way. Intend to find. I found a frog in my throat. Intend to find the closest feet that you can, the most relaxed forward body that you can. And when you're there, exhale into your lowest forward fold. And hug your elbows. And pushing with your feet, let your body sway side to side. Wonderful. Now I want to relax your neck. Don't be looking at your toes or the floor if that makes your neck bend. Relax the head down. The neck is totally loose. Feel how one hand is on the underside of your elbow. Switch it. So the other hand is on the other side of your elbow. That's just for a little symmetry. I have to keep reminding myself to relax my neck. For whatever reason, I keep looking out here instead of relaxing down here. Oh, that elbow hug sway was so beautiful. So while we're down here, reiterate your forward fold to its best expression. We're going to do 3 flat back lifts. Now, some people will be lifting up halfway, some people will be lifting differently. So from your rounded back to your flat back. Exhale down. Flat back. Inhale. Exhale down. flat back. Inhale. One last exhale down. Now in your mind's eye, prepare where are you going to go for your down dog. Go right up to your kitchen counter, back of the couch, or seat of the couch, or blocks or mat with your hands. Plant your palm, knuckle of the pointer finger roots into the surface, and then step your feet back, intending for your heels to head toward the ground. Most people don't touch. Flat back, sink your chest, eye of the elbow forward. Press that pointer finger knuckle. If this feels too stressful on your wrists, bring your feet a smidgen closer. It'll put a little less weight on your hands. I call that a short dog. Diane, if you watch this on YouTube, the short dog might feel better after you're recovering from wrist surgery. Here's our dog. What about your plank? Does your plank go to a half plank on your knees? Do you come up onto the seat of the couch or back of the chair or kitchen counter for your plank? Are you breathing? Before you run out of energy to push yourself up, come on up to your down dog and reiterate your best down dog of the day. Feel your hips rise, your chest sink, your eye of the elbow forward. Long dog, short dog, did you choose? Whenever you're ready, we are next heading to a forward fold. Everyone does this differently. Do you want to bend your knees and crab crawl forward? Do you want to lift a leg, swoop it forward by your hands? Mine doesn't swoop by my hands, but it does step. And I have a moment of a pyramid, and then I come to my forward fold. You do your way, breathing. If you did a leg lift, remember what leg you lifted, because we're going to do it again. And you'll do the other side. Here's our flat back for 3. Breathing and inhale with your flat back. Exhale with your fold. Inhale. Flat back. Exhale. Fold. Inhale. Exhale. And now how shall you arise to your salute? Flat back for 1 vertebrae at a time. Your rise, your salute. Pull your arms as near, in line with this side angle as they will go, as near vertical as they will go. And then bring your hands on in, and let's take a moment right here. Reiterate, I'm just in my mountain, folded hands, facing my railroad track. Pelvic tilt. I'm going to do the whole thing just a little more less slowly. And the other side, if you did a leg lift, so we have salute, forward fold, inhale, exhale, next flat back, exhale, relax that neck, third flat back, exhale. Where is your down dog? Are you coming up? Are you going down? Adjust it. Proprioception. You remember what you did last time. Maybe you take it a little further. Maybe you back it off a little bit because yogis respect says so. Your down dog, your way. Eye of the elbow forward. Choose your dog's width. Press into the knuckle of that pointer finger. Heels are probably up, but intend them down. All right, the plank. Do you need to come up to a different surface, a different height for your plank? How long do you hold the plank? The answer is as many breaths as you choose. But come on up before your arms run out of juice. You may be much longer than I. Breathing. Whenever you choose, you've come back up to your best down dog. If you did the leg lift pyramid on your way to the forward fold, do the other side. Otherwise, come to your forward fold, your way, breathing, being very nice. Exhale, flat back. Exhale, flat back. Exhale. One last. Exhale. But this time, instead of coming up, I'm going to drop down in whatever way is comfortable for you into a table. If you have issues getting down on the floor, keep a chair right here as I have. And you can go from your forward fold into an elbow lean. In the elbow lean, oh, did you need a mat under your knee for extra pampering? The elbow lean can take a lot of your weight, so you have much control coming down very safely to your table, your way, breathing. Now let's think about the table. I find it fascinating. The table is an arm balance. Can't you feel? You have weight on your arms. So your eye of the elbow is forward, pointer finger knuckle is pressed into the mat. Does this bend bother your wrists? A couple choices. You could take your arms a little forward so you have less bend, or you could try doing this on a block with more or less bend. So have you customized your table? Here's our cat. Here's our cow. Exhale on the cat. On the cow. There you go. Beautiful. Alrighty, we're just going to sit ourselves down the boat. And on the boat, we are going to practice this concept of back it up. Don't beat yourself up. So what if you wanted to do the full boat with both legs up in the air and both arms up in the air, and that was unavailable to you? Let's start with the butterfly while we think about it. The butterfly has a flat back. Breathing. Your butterfly might be way here because that's right for your body. Your butterfly may have a flat back that leans for your body. That's fine. But now that you've got your butterfly, we've breathed and relaxed, I'm going to take the boat up a little at a time so that you can try it. If it works, go with it. If it doesn't, back it up and choose the position or pose before. For the boat, round yourself over like a kid sitting at the desk, slumped over your homework. Stay rounded like that, but come on back and sink your boat anchors. That just means put your feet down onto the mat. Right here, when you're all the way up and slumped over, you're relaxing mostly. But once you go back a little bit, didn't you feel it? Your abs engaged? That's what we want. Right there. This is a wonderful level 1 boat. Another choice would be to go ahead and pick up just one leg. Maybe you hold on with one leg. So this might be level 2. Or is your level 2 holding on with both legs picked up? They're bent. That was my level 2. Oh, did you want to try them out long, but holding on? That's another boat. Are you choosing what's right for you? Back it up and do the one that feels best. Can you do the boat with your legs and hands? Are you breathing? Whenever it's right for you, you set your butterfly wings down, round yourself forward, And it's your relaxed forward your way. Yes, I know for many people, there's no relaxed forward. You would grasp are you sitting on your bed instead of the mat? That would be fine. Or sitting on the couch, that would be fine. But if you can't lean forward, you hold onto your legs and pull yourself forward, round it over for you. So each person has rounded over in whatever way works for them. You may pull forward, you may just extend your arms, and the weight of your arms might pull you forward. You relaxed your neck down, relaxed your head forward. That was a lovely butterfly. Let's take the next boat. You tried it once. Now let's have a boat that's in some waves. So here we are. And this boat, I'm going to leave the oars in the water, leave your feet on the floor. And here you've leaned back till your boat engaged, till your abs engage. Come up a half inch, go back. Come up a half inch, that's all. Just a tiny little come on back. Yes, you look fabulous. I don't mean to channel Billy Crystal, but you guys do look great. Here we are. So this boat has this little wave action. Come on back and stop there. Now the boat's rocking side to side. One shoulder comes back and the other. Here comes one and the other. While you are leaned back, your abs are engaged. This is the obliques and transverse engaging as you have a slight rotation as the boat rocks or rolls side to side in the water. Your hip flexors have been working like a son of a gun this whole time. Center your boat. Let it rock just a little. Breathing. Can't you feel right in here? It's getting tired. Those are your psoas. Your abs are involved. Your psoas is involved. Butterfly. Let the butterfly land on your boat deck. Are you fatigued? You can pull yourself up if you're fatigued and find your fold over the butterfly. Whatever way works for you. Breathe and relax. So we checked out the boat with your feet up. Then we rocked and rolled the boat with your feet down. The last is your best full expression of a stationary boat. Whoops, look, I came up tall. No, stay rounded. Come on up and be like a kid rounded over your school desk. And then take that rounded body back till your abs engage, and that rounded body helps your neck be so comfortable. And here's the boat, right out with your arms. Choose 1 foot or 2, bent or straight. Your expression of your boat, your way. You can change your mind. You can go between two things. I want to spend the energy in your core. Yes, we worked it already during the planks and down dogs, and now the boat in whatever way you express it. When your boat is tired of sailing or floating, set your butterfly wings down and relax. One last time. Fabulous. After the boat, I want to do a pose that can be somewhat intimidating. The lizard. And I'm going to briefly show you the full expression of the lizard while you just do a table. So here we are. You're in your table, and the full expression of the lizard, and you've seen it. People in yoga class will just whip a leg up, slide this one down, lay their body down on the ground. What if this is not available to you? Do not beat yourself up. Back up, and let's take it one bit at a time. For the lizard, if you're just beginning, I'm going to suggest a table with blocks. Love what your body gives you. Say thank you. For a moment, I'm just going to do a little cat and a little cow so that I can find the table, which is right in between. Now for the lizard, can I put all the weight on one knee? Do I need to put a little pad under the knee? See what your body tells you. So I'm backed up and I'm going to just try one leg to the side and just feel into that. Maybe that is your lizard right there. The next thing I'm going to try is moving my hands a little forward and see, could my leg go up there? And then see how my hips were here with my weight-bearing thigh vertical. The lizard leans your hips forward and opens up the hip flexor on that back leg. That might be just right. Maybe right here you stop. Maybe curling your toe under you or the top of your foot pressed down, you slide your back leg back or walk your front leg forward, and maybe you do lean your hips down. As I look at the people in class today that I can see, everybody is in a slightly different position. That's the way to go. I love the individual body acceptance, and you choose. If your body has more flexibility and you can lower, be my guest. You don't need to. Are you breathing? Your lizard, your way. Breathe. And after you have experienced, accepted, and appreciated your lizard, wiggle any way you want out of it back to a table. Breathing. If you went into a really, really deep lizard, you might have to roll off your mat to get up. You don't have to get up gracefully. There's your table. I need a little cat-cow so that I can find the table that's right between those two. On the other side, here I am. I have just lifted out the leg and seen how does that feel for my hip. It stretches many things. But now I'm going to see, can I go a little further? So I move my upper body forward. Oops, I'm wrong. Now this foot goes as far forward as your foot will go on the outside. So once you've chosen your outside foot position, then you choose your front arm position, and then you choose your hip lean in position. Does that back foot need to wiggle back a little? I don't know. So everyone is different, and everyone is in their own lizard position their way. If you're on your elbows, don't let your hands hang limp. Put your fingertips together so the chi continues to circulate. Breathe. Feel the opening of the hip on that back leg. Opening of the hip in a different way on the front leg. Appreciate your body's lizard your way. You've backed up and chosen the right thing. You didn't beat yourself up because you couldn't do something that was not available to you. When you're ready, find yourself in any way you need to. Wiggle yourself back to your table. On more flexible days when I go all the way down, the only way I can get up is to like roll around. Breathing. So appreciate whatever your body does. And now, sit yourself down on your mat. And then we're going to lay ourselves down so nicely on our backs. I've got my blocks nearby in case I need them to pamper my shoulders in some way. So you felt we really worked your hip flexors. They connect from inside your spine down through your pelvic girdle to the top of your thigh bone. That's why you feel it right in here when we do the boat and such. The lizard stretched your psoas, but very actively. Let's lay down any way you want to on your back. Boy, doesn't it feel good to swoop that wet hair up off your neck if you've got it. Pelvic tilt. This little rocking I do is not just me wiggling around. I'm arranging the softness on my back. I'm releasing and relaxing my skeletal muscles and my bones and joints and finding the floor for myself. Now, if you've never had a shoulder issue, you cannot imagine that it's a big deal where you put your hands. Some days my hand will not go to the floor, palms down, in which case that would be a day that I put a block there. Here I have a medium-high block, and that might, oh, that feels pretty good. So you are with bent knees, palms as close to the floor as your palms go. Pelvic tilt, and we're just going to be here and breathe a moment. Because I'm demonstrating, if you relax a moment in the pose with pampering, you may find after a moment, look, my arm will come down and my shoulder says, thank you, it'll be all right. But it would not have gone straight down. That was not available to me. I had to back it up and give myself props until everything loosened up and I found my lowest place. Let's do the same thing with your legs. You started with your pelvic tilt. Do you have a big bolster under your knees? Is that perfect? Do you want a little bolster? Do you want to slowly lower and see what is your lowest position? We're not heading to Shavasana yet. I just want to feel our longest, lowest release to Mother Earth. And breath. And be. And then we're going to feel into this long, low position of the legs while you take your arms and find your yoga strap or your ribbon. I'm sorry, I should have told you to get it before you relaxed down. Oh, I now have learned I always keep it right at the top of my mat somewhere, and then I can find it even when I have forgotten to get it in advance. So here we are, relaxed. I'm going to leave one leg long. See how it feels to bend the other. If that doesn't feel good, bend both. So you're choosing. And then I'm going to see how would it feel. Oh, that's funny. I have to bend my lower leg to get the ribbon on my heel. Any way you need to get your ribbon on your heel and then make a choice. Want to leave that lower leg bent or want that lower leg long? Here we are. The ribbon's on the heel, not the arch. I don't want to compress that plantar fascia and risk injuring those delicate arches. Breathing, but holding on like this is kind of stressful on my hands that have a lot of arthritis. So I'm going to respect my hands and put this right on the fullest part of my forearm and point and flex. Oh, go ahead, pull up as much as you can, as you need, and point and flex. Now this hand could be laying on the ground the whole time. For me, that's a very therapeutic stretch for my shoulder. For other people, it's just relaxing while you enjoy your point and flex. Breathe. Yeah, the hamstring is flexing. The toes, arches, calf, shin. So let's think of the 3 kinds of fluid in the lower leg. You got the big stuff, the blood. Well, this movement helps the blood circulate and head back to your heart and lungs. Next type of fluid, interstitial fluid, the fluid between the cells. It's your lymph fluid. Nothing causes your lymph fluid to circulate except motion of muscles. So this muscle movement is your lymph pump. Third type of fluid is the synovial fluid inside of the bursa sac of many joints. For example, your ankle, your toes. All that little synovial fluid is helping those joints. Alrighty, let's switch to the other arm or hand gets your ribbon. This one that was holding the ribbon relaxes out to the side. Now, do you want to leave this bottom leg long, or do you want to bend that bottom leg for this leg fold over? Very individual, your choice. Breathing. This shoulder intends toward the ground. This arm intends toward the ground, as does this leg. And I know as I look out into the class when we have practice in person, I see many people have both their hand and their foot on the floor. Many people are like me, with both hand and foot hovering. I like to do a teeter-totter if I'm hovering. Some people will choose the hand down, some people will choose the foot down, or alternate. The foot down stretches my ribs more. Focus and let that arm be down. Focus my pectoral stretch more. Which do you want? Did you play with your bottom leg, long or bent? How's it feel on the low back? Did you make all these choices where you tried it? Through movement, you could perceive it, and then you adjust the pose. That's proprioception. Perceive it through movement, and then make your best choice. When you're ready to come in, I recommend folding your arm in, fold your leg in, give yourself a pelvic tilt, and come up. Your back may not need that much protection, but if it ever does, it's a wonderful habit to be in, to come up safely. Long legs like we started on the other side. Where are your hands? Are your palms down? Are they on a little pillow? Are they palm up? Play with it. See what's best for you. Palm down is my therapeutic from a physical therapy. So I'm going to do more palm down, but please try palm up. See what it does for you. Breathe and be. Find the leg that did not yet bend. Reiterate your pelvic tilt. Find the ribbon on your heel and choose the other leg, bent or long. Breathe and pull this leg to its best pulled up pose. Or maybe you set this leg right down on your knee. Please back it up from anything that's too much and choose the position that is more customized. And then enjoy your point and flex and the fluids of the body circulating all as they should. This is so good for reducing swelling in the lower body. Again, my hands didn't feel good holding the ribbon, so I put it on the soft part of my upper arm. Never in by all your veins of the elbow, never in by the de Quervain tendon and all the gentle tendons in your wrist. Always the meatiest part of your forearm. However meaty that is or isn't for you is fine. Everybody's a good body, but it is the most protected by flesh without joints to damage. Oh, that's funny. My foot was doing the point and flex, and my hands were naturally doing the point and flex because that feels really good on the joints of my hands. Breathing. Now let the opposite hand get your ribbon. Do you need to reposition your butt a little before the leg goes over? I don't know. Do you like this bottom leg bent or long? I was playing with long on the other side. I'm going to play with long here. So I've rooted this shoulder into the ground. Breathe and rotate. I have to push myself over a little. Pull myself over a little. Again, your foot and hand might be on the ground. They both might be hovering. They may teeter-totter. All right, I need a little room. There we go. Teeter-totter. Just breathe into it. What did your body want? Play with it. Long leg or bent. While you're here, feel your body When you lower your leg, feel the tensor fascia latae on the outside of this thigh of the top leg. The hip, the glute stretches. The low back. But now if the shoulder really grounds into the ground, you might feel more stretch in the chest wall, pectoral wall. Breathe and just be with this lovely, lovely stretch. If you want to be here longer, pause the YouTube video and hang in any stretch you want, as long as possible. If you're in class today and you want to do something longer, be my guest. We only have one final stretch, the Psoas sequence. So if you wanted more in this stretch with the rotational spine, hang here, and at the end do longer. Fold up the arm, fold up the leg, and come on up. All right, here's the Psoas stretch. I'm going to show you guys the Psoas stretch from the back side first. So you turn on your side. Do you choose a block or your arm for the pillow? Do you choose a small block like Suzanne does, or a large block as I do? Find yourself in the neutral position, breathe and be. Curl your knees up. How is that on your spine? Top leg. Inside of the foot falls down to the ground. Your leg is not forward, it is not back, it is right down. Now think of this top hip. If I lean my hip a little forward or back, I feel my foot. It's funny, most people cannot perceive the iliacus stretching. Mine is a little tender, so I can always perceive it. The other thing is, in some position, your foot wants to come up off the floor a little. That's it. That's where you're going to get the most stretch. And in that hip position, let your foot fall back down. Arm stretches forward a little to stack your shoulders. We're just going to hang here. Well, the iliacus up under the hip bone stretches out. There are very few stretches that ever stretch the iliacus, and we must stretch it in order to have back health and safety. So even when you do someone else's yoga practice, at the end of every practice, I recommend this iliacus stretch. Now, think of your big toe joint, the side of your foot, slide it with a long leg right back while you slide this arm forward. What happens is right in here, the hip flexor, the psoas, is getting a beautiful stretch. Yes, the iliacus and psoas come together in the little iliopsoas. All those babies are in there. Oh, sighing, the big sigh. And we're going to hold it long enough for those muscles, tendons, to release and relax. These stretches that I'm doing now are fabulous to do in your bed at night. Just drop that leg down, iliacus. Slide that leg back, psoas. And now, I don't know if my foot is on the screen or not. The foot behind you, bend your knee, and you should drop your knee down, and you should feel an excellent stretch in your quadricep. My hamstring is thinking about cramping. Be aware, back off on your bend a little if your hamstring thinks it might cramp up. By the way, we've recently learned If you get cramps in your hamstring, of course it could be your potassium, so eat more potassium-rich foods. But it could be that you need stronger gluteal muscles, that your hamstrings are picking up some of the load of your glutes. So if you've got hamstring cramps, do glute exercises. Chair, lunge. Stay here as long as you want, but whenever your body says, all right, I could go do the other side, you'd pull yourself together, roll yourself onto the other side any way you want. You don't have to be cute. You don't have to be graceful. You can make your way over on the other side. Somebody in the comments said something about that I looked like a walrus rolling around on the beach, and I thought, thank you. What a wonderful animal the walrus is. Did you curl up? Did you come down long? And relax the side of the foot to the floor. Move any way you want to move and think good thoughts about your body. And if somebody has a negative thought, that doesn't say anything about you. That says something about their mind and their perceptions. You keep your mind and your perceptions. And if you happen to look like a cute little fat roly-poly walrus when you turn over, breathe and embrace it. That long leg has been stretching the iliacus. On this side, I'm very flexible and not tender at all. I'm very happy. And now, long leg. Don't bend it, Diane. And let that leg come right here. Long, long leg back. Yes, that's the psoas. Oh, I pull this arm forward, and that actually pulls my hip forward a little while my leg is back. And the psoas, it's like it's yawning. Oh. Breathing. Now, keep your knee back and go ahead and bend your knee. My wall is in the way, but also my very, very tender knee that has no cartilage left won't do this bend. So I'm going to just stay here and enjoy the stretch that's available to me and say thank you to my body. And I wish for each person, how much bend in your knee is good? Lower that knee down. If you get a cramp, back off a little and work your buns out at future practices. And appreciate what your body gives you in this stretch. It's so many things. I'm pulling my my arm forward, so I have shoulder, I have ribs, I have iliacus, psoas, quads. That's funny, my quads stretch even with barely a bend. And then go ahead, get rid of your little pillow and roll yourself carefully onto your back. You know, don't move your pillow too far. You might choose your pillow or your block right over your head. If you have any shoulder issues, I'll show you why. Yes, I'm doing the windshield wiper knees. I'm just kind of arranging the softness on my back and massaging. I'm gonna let my spine settle in, my shoulder blades down my back, palms down. Now one heel, one leg at a time. Do you want a pillow under your knees? Find your Shavasana for your body. Breathe and be. Now we're going to choose Shavasana arms. Do you have a PT position that it's good for you to stretch into and hold? I do. I'm going to try, I'll show you several of them. And one is with your palms down. The other is just relax those arms and completely relax. Relax your legs. Another option would be palms up. and then relax. Another option, elbows straight out from your shoulders, out, palms up, and relax. You're getting the theme, and then relax. Here's another one. Got your elbows straight out from your shoulders. Let your palms lower as if they were going to just fall right onto the ground. On my back side, my arm does. On my front side, now just relax. Not so much. Breathing. Being. So I have a little plastic lucite rod. In my PT, what I do is I clasp the rod with my thumb and I can gently push that arm down for thawing my shoulder. Your palm might be laying right on the ground. What's right for you? Here's another choice. Arms out and let your arm fall down this way, which as you see mine doesn't. But if I want to, in Shavasana style, relax into it, I can just press with my physical therapy wand and push down and be. If you are recovering from frozen shoulder, I call that thawing your shoulder. You would lay in bed at night and just put a pillow right there on your palm. But I actually have one of these right on my bed to be able to just do this little press down. But the pillow is more relaxing, then the other side can stretch too. And finally, the third one, with your arms up, shoulder blades down, let your arms fall where they will. I grasped my wand because it's hard for my arms to come very close, and I want them to come as close as is possible and relax down. Now here's where, in order to relax down, if your shoulders are recovering, you might put a block there. I know, I've been talking for a while. That's because I wanted to give each person time to relax into their shoulder release Shavasana pose. Whatever you have chosen, pull your elbows in and set your hands at your side and totally relax them. I'm relaxing my body with a little wiggle. I'm relaxing my feet and my face and neck with a little wiggle. For several big long breaths, you are just like a puddle of person on the floor. But while you're here in your mind's awareness, do you feel your belly rise and fall? That's your diaphragmatic breathing. This is a moment for body acceptance. In our culture that has such negative attitudes about the body shape in the belly area, with your breath in your mind's eye, your diaphragmatic breathing, your breath is life. Your belly supports your breath is life. Your belly supports your nutrition is life. Think good thoughts about your belly, however lean or round, however firm or flowing. Body acceptance, belly acceptance, self-acceptance. Now with this self-accepting Shavasana, bring your breath to a little more intentional and your mind to where you can think as we wrap up the concept of When you want to do something and you find you just can't or don't beat yourself up. Back up. And break it down into pieces. Should you just find your mat and your clothes, take your time and select a time in your day that works for you. And when one piece at a time, you've broken it down to what works for you, much as I'm going to gradually and slowly slide onto my side, once you've broken it down into little pieces, you can just slide into that goal, whatever it was that you intended to do for yourself, because you got yourself already one piece at a time. And that is the overall concept in today's practice. Appreciate what you can do. If you can't do it, back up. Don't beat up. Proprioception in your movement, in your life. Let's try it now. You're sitting how you want. Is it a V? Is it a butterfly? Is it the easy pose, which is not very easy? Do you want to be in a chair because that's nicer on your back? All right, you moved, you perceived, you chose. Now try it. As you reach your arms down towards your body in whatever position you are in, say thank you to your body. As you bring your arms over your heart center, do you like prayer hands? Do you want self-care hands? Thank you, Maggie, for that name, for this position of hands. And say thank you to whoever, whatever it is that you believe in. If you did easy pose, this would be a good time to change to the other side for symmetry. As we reach up and say thank you to the self for giving yourself this wonderful practice. Can you pat your back or your chest or your head? My frozen shoulder wouldn't pat any place except the top of my head one day. And when I patted the top of my head, my God, it's happening again, I felt tearfulness. I think that tied into taking care of the little one inside of me. That was wonderful proprioception. And with the breath, bring all good things to you. And know that the light in me sees and honors the light in each of you here today in practice. And when you're here with me on YouTube, my intention is with you too. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you're laying down, pull your blankie up, take a nap. If you're getting up, get up any way you want and appreciate it. Don't judge it. And if you're ever here on Saturday mornings, you can come have a cup of tea with us afterward. Take care. My phone number is right down there. Just text me. I'll send you an invite. Now let me see. I'm going to turn off this. No glasses. I'm going to turn off this recording. Yes. Bye, guys.